made the review process significantly harder. As you say, I haven't found evidence of documents being deliberately manipulated or deliberately withheld, and I want to stress that that has been given active attention by the review. So the review has, for example, sought to triangulate material by looking at emails, what attachments should be there, what documents are referred to in minutes, in order to check whether we had all of the material. So that's how I reached my finding that I didn't think that material was being manipulated or deliberately withheld. As you've identified, though, there was a chaotic element to much of the documentation that the review was faced with. By way of example, it was often unclear to the review whether a document was a draft or was a final version of a protocol. Things were not numbered or named in consistent ways, which made it very difficult to follow through sequences in relation to documents being changed. It significantly added to the time that the review had to spend investigating certain areas. And it's also meant that it has been impossible for the review to create a definitive record in relation to some matters. By way of example, in relation to testing strategies, I wanted to be able to set out very clearly the different testing pathways that were used at different points in the pandemic. So in other words, that means what symptoms and what particular criteria would trigger somebody being tested and what isolation requirements would follow for them or their close contacts or their households. It was impossible to do that. It was impossible to do that because of the way that documentation was stored and was named. And that is clearly a situation which needs, in my view, to be very swiftly addressed and remedied.